So at that point, I felt a bit disappointed. I felt unsupported because most of my family members, they didn't support me on that journey.
Knowing full well that you are in a male-dominated ecosystem, were there actually silent battles you fought?
So some of the challenges I faced were kind of stereotyping. I recall when I was doing my internship, they were always underestimating me. Like, can she really do much? Okay, we have her around. What can she do? As of today, as we speak, I currently serve in the capacity of the acting engineering lead.
According to what you said, that your father got to a point where he was like, I would rather pay for you joining a mechanic workshop than you moving into mechanical engineering. So at that moment in time, how did you feel? I was actually taking an inventory of your journey and I got to discover something very, very interesting. For many Nigerian students, the courses we studied in school were actually kind of engineered by our parents subtly and all. But you are this lady that actually stood your ground and say, Daddy, I'm going to study this course, and this is the course I'm going to study. Knowing fully well that the course we are about to move into is a male-dominated course, mechanical engineering. And you actually stood your ground because I believe, according to what you said, that your father got to a point where he was like, I would rather pay for you joining a mechanic workshop than you moving into mechanical engineering. So at that moment in time, when he made that statement, how did you feel?
My father's reaction is not an abnormal one. So most parents, they expect their female children to go into female-dominated fields like medicine, arts, sciences, all of that. So having a daughter who comes and says she wants to do mechanical engineering, I was pretty young at that time, it threw him off balance. So that was like a sarcastic comment from him that, why do you not tell me that you want to be a mechanic and tell me to register you in a mechanic workshop rather than going to the university to waste 5 years studying mechanical engineering? So for him, studying mechanic was all about being a mechanic. He didn't know the opportunities, he didn't know the depth and the career paths that are available to mechanical engineers. So I had to stand my ground because I had this stubborn, resilient spirit in me. I was sure of what I wanted to do, and this is what I wanted to study. So at that point, I felt a bit disappointed. I felt unsupported because most of my family members, they didn't support me on that journey. Even my cousin who has studied production engineering in UNN also had this don't do engineering, but I still went ahead to do it.
You mentioned something that you felt unsupported in that journey. So I would love to know, how did you actually hold your ground and how did you convince them that this is what you really want to study?
Okay. So at that time, after writing post DME, so I had gotten the course, I had gotten the admission to study. So it's just like you telling a child or a young girl that, oh, don't do this, don't do this. But she's very persistent that she wants to do it. So I come from a family where we're allowed to express our free will. They were like, okay, go study it. Let's see the result of what will come out from it. So we're going into, I had to walk the extra mile to show that this is what the wow you get. So I didn't really need us to do so much convincing since I didn't come from a home where they had to force you. You must do this. If you don't do it, nothing else. They tell you what to do. They suggest. They try to convince you. But if you're not buying into the idea, they allow you to explore. And then if it comes out well, comes out wrong. I look beyond my family. I try to draw inspiration from women that are already doing very well in engineering space. I try to mirror the kind of woman I want to be. I saw myself in those women who are already ahead of me. So that was something I did. I looked beyond my family and beyond what they were telling me because I know there are so many other women that have done this thing. They've done it very well. They're impacting lives, dragging other women along with themselves. So that's it.
Okay, I want to know something about your family now, if you don't mind. Because I was actually following your line of thought. Between these two things, between education and business, which one does your family focus more on?
Business. We are Igbo business.
Business.
Yes, we are Igbo business people, and yeah, they focus more on business.
Business. So it means that you have a lot of odogus and businessmen in your family?
Yes, invariably, we have a lot of business people. My mom is a businesswoman. My dad is a businessman. My cousins are doing businesses. They have factories of their own. They just like business, like just do business, buy and sell. Even when I graduated, when I told my cousin that I got a job, he was like, got a job, something that you just can't do. Tell me how much you need. I'll invest in the business you want to do. But I felt like if I start a business straight out of school, I don't think I'll remember anything engineering at this point in time. I'll be very far away from my books. I won't get to where I really want to be. So I'm not saying I'm not going to do business. Obviously, the whole end game of going to school, doing everything is to have better lives for ourselves. Even engineers, if you're not profitable to a company as an engineer, there's no need venturing into such an investment. So the end game is also business in the later run. But there are some basic that you need to build. There's some basic understanding, some level you need to get into before you now start monetizing or becoming profitable. So we value business in my family. We do a lot.
Okay, thank you so much for that backlog of story now, because we are going to use it now in this conversation. I want to know, because from your explanation, you are in a business-oriented and dominated environment. So I personally want to know how you actually stayed motivated in that environment when you know that the environment didn't fully understand your dream. How did you actually stay motivated in that particular environment?
Okay, I think I answered this question. I kind of like intertwined this in one of the answers I gave earlier. So what I do is I look beyond what my family has. So the fact that my family hasn't produced, or none of my cousins or family members, mom, siblings, or anyone is not in the educational line, or they are not thriving in education, doesn't mean I can't thrive. You get? So I look beyond my family. I look at the women. I have people that I mirror. That if this woman can do this, if this woman can go through engineering, she can go through the educational route and still be who she is today, impacting lives, achieving her dreams. She's happy, she's successful. Then I too can do it. So I draw my inspiration, I draw my motivation, and that fuels my passion and my dream to keep on going. So that's it.
Okay, now I studied mechanical engineering, so I understand how tedious and how intensive that course is. And
Mm,
all we must be honest with ourselves, that is a male-dominated course. But I
yeah.
would love to know, because I didn't get the opportunity to ask the female students. We had actually 7 female students in my class back then. So I didn't get the boldness. Let me borrow the word boldness to ask them this question. Knowing fully well that you are in a male-dominated ecosystem, were there actually silent battles you fought to make sure that your grades didn't actually shake beyond, the normal?
Yes, some battles. Even as a female, I think any female engineer will have a struggle or the other they face. Even the guys, they face silent battles. I think anything in life, anything that is worth doing well, there will be some challenges. So some of the challenges I faced were kind of stereotyping. I recall when I was doing my internship in Warri at Crown Floor Mills, they were always underestimating me, like, can she really do much? Okay, we have her around. What can she do? Can she do this? Can she do that? So there's always this stereotyping around female engineers. So, and then gender bias as usual, though it's reducing with the whole awareness. People are becoming attending to accept female engineers more nowadays. And then isolation, some mental, emotional struggle, trying to balance my femininity and self-confidence. So these are just a few of it. Just a few of it. There are some others. Yeah. Okay. As at today, as we speak, I currently serve in the capacity of the acting engineering lead. Then how I landed my role in Coolbox. I would say I landed my role in Coolbox because I was visible. So most graduates, one mistake most graduates make is that when they finish from school, when they leave school, after I left school, what I did was I had to make myself visible. I got my job via LinkedIn. The CEO of the company where I currently work messaged me and asked me if I was looking for opportunity.